Since this channel is pretty much broke, it's always good when a company contacts me and asks me, do I want to review this product? Because usually I say no, but sometimes something comes along and I'm like, that actually sounds pretty good. I'm actually using an external microphone system called the Lark150. It's made by a company called Hollyland. I guess it's a play on Hollywood or something like that, but Hollyland make the Lark150, and it allows you to mount 2 external microphones into one system. And right now I'm using the thing. How does it actually sound? Is the sound okay? In the past, if you wanted to use an external microphone, especially 2 external microphones, you needed a splitter cable, you needed to buy 2 systems. Now the Lark150 actually solves that problem for you because they give you 2 transmitters in the pack, and the receiver that's mounted on the camera, as you'll see at the moment, that actually just sorts out your left and your right channels. You can record in mono, you can record in stereo, you can record in like a safety mode, but I'm going to go through all that in today's video. But this is pretty cool. This could be the world's smallest transmitter. It's really small compared to the RODE Wireless GO, which I love. This thing's tiny. The transmitter design is actually very simple. It only has a single button to mute the channel or to turn it off. It is slightly smaller than the RODE Wireless GO, but not by much, and you can mount an external microphone or use the built-in microphone on the device itself. There are also some LEDs for pairing and the battery. And this leads us to the power of an external microphone. You can do walk and talk stuff from further away from the camera, which is what I always do on this channel because it gives you a better perspective. It gives your viewers something interesting to look at because you can show more of your background and your voice still comes through clearly. Tracking on this Pocket is not very good. The old one was better. So while testing this lav mic and the tracking on the Pocket 2, I actually saw a paraglider in the background and I had a chat to him. Kind of funny. He's exhausted. He nearly died. he's hanging on for dear life over there. So using my Pocket 2, I zoomed into the guy and I got some nice shots of him sort of floating around, and I did have a chat to him when he landed, and yeah, pretty cool stuff. So this is stereo sound, and I'm using one of the microphones, and if you had someone else standing to the left of you, they could use the other external microphone. Well, if it isn't the how-to dweeb. Why don't you stop playing with these cameras and clean your place up? It's filthy in here. Well, this video needs to be done first of all. But I'm glad you're here. I see you using the other transmitter. It's kind of like an interview. What do you think, you're Conan O'Brien? Get a real job. People make me sick. Well, there you have it. Stereo sound. So this is the receiver for the Lark150, and you will see a power button which allows you to turn it off when you're not in use. The headphone jack will allow you to monitor your live audio, and the line out on the other side will go straight into your camera or smartphone using the 2 different TRRS cables they give you. There's also a little clip that'll go into your Coldshoe of your camera. Changing the dial of the left or the right channel will adjust the volume that comes into that particular channel, which is really nice. So what do you get in the Lark150 kit? Well, as I mentioned, you get the really nice charging case, which actually stores everything you need. You get the 2 transmitters, which slot in there really nicely. They've got like a little magnetic pullback that goes into the case, which is really nice, and then you get the receiver with all the little dials and the actual display. So this is really nice. It's pretty small and compact to travel with. You can kind of slot it in, and I hate carrying that much stuff when I go film. Because they give you 2 lav mics in this particular kit, they also give you 2 dead cats in the kit, and these are pretty good ones. This actually slots into the little 3.5mm audio jack. You get the phone connector, which is the 3.5 TRS to TRRS connection, so you could use this on a mobile phone. Haven't tested that. Connector cable. You also get your standard connector cable for your camera that you could use on any 3.5mm camera system, including the DJI Pocket 2, including most of the newer Sonys and Canons out there. Let's do a range test with this thing, see how far it goes. About 10 meters from the camera. 20 meters from the camera. Is my voice still coming through? Testing 1, 2, 3. Is this microphone still working? Direct line of sight, about 40 meters from the camera. About 70 meters from the camera. Is it still picking me up? Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do the Baywatch run back because, you know, why not? Mitch Buchanan would be proud. Pamela Anderson. Stay between the flags. Never turn your back on the water. That's when people die. It's a slow day today, but you never know. Now let's discuss one of the best features about this particular system. It comes with this little charging case, which, just listen to this. That's some quality stuff right there, well engineered. This is actually a charging box, which means you actually slot the individual receiver and the transmitters in this little box. There's like a little magnetic strip at the bottom that charges the devices up, and it's got space for the receiver, which I'm using right now, goes over there, and 2 transmitters, and there's a little area here where I guess you could store some small little accessories. It's got a little USB-C adapter at the bottom, so that little adapter charges the actual case, and once you put the items in the box, they get charged. So these little transmitter, the one that I've got in my pocket, they last 4 hours on a single charge. The receiver that's mounted on top of the camera, about 8 hours, and as I said, this particular battery charger box, which you can easily store in your bag and take over a weekend to a film location, it can charge the entire system just over 2 times, which is brilliant. One nice feature about the charging case is once you pull out one of the transmitters, the transmitter is automatically turned on and it tries to pair up with the receiver, which is really useful because it avoids another button click. So what about recording modes on the Lark150? Well, the first mode is mono, which basically just duplicates the left and the right channel. So whatever you record will just be duplicated in the left and the right ear. You can also use the stereo mode, which would be good for like if you're doing interviews and you can do a left and a right channel. So one would go to your left ear and one would go to the right ear, and would it appear and sound more natural to what you're watching on the TV screen. You also get safety mode on this particular camera, which basically allows you to record one channel. The second channel that records will be -6 dB lower than the first channel, which is great if you screwed up your audio if it was really windy, as I did before on this test. So that's pretty damn useful. Okay, so you're actually hearing the sound from the Lark150. I've got the actual receiver. I'm not using a lav mic. I thought I'd use the dead cat. It's kind of windy today. There's a lot of background noise. My neighbors decided to mow his lawn at this particular moment. So probably a good sound test. Can you hear it? Is it rejecting a lot of that noise? But I'm going to zoom in and show you what you can do with these little recording levels. It's pretty cool. Now I am on the safety mode at the moment. If I wanted to decrease the volume, let's say we start at 9. 9 is quite a good volume. On the DJI Pocket 2, I've set it to 10, the volume internally on the DJI Pocket 2, but I'm connected to the do-it-all handle. As I said, we could go up to 9. Let's say we go up to 12. This is the level on 12. And let's say we went too far and went all the way to 16. Well, we have that recovery. Remember, this is the safety mode. So you have a -6 dB recording channel that's been recorded in the background, so you know you have that recovery. Let's switch to the -6 dB. So this is the -6 dB recording volume at the moment. You can see you can mute the channel if you click it there, and this is the -6 dB. So 16 it was recorded at, and at -6 dB is that, and you've got a safety channel, which is pretty darn good. So I hope you got something out of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We try to go out into the wilderness a little bit to try and make the video a little bit more interesting. Leave a comment. What do you think of this little system? Is it good enough for your needs? It's not too bad. It is a little bit pricey, but I think it's worth the money in the long run. Leave a like. I always forget to ask. Leave a like and leave a comment if you don't mind, and see you again next time.